What is the first thought Vision has when he gets up in the morning?
Wow.
In this movie, we get to know Vision from a very lovable side. What kind of role does he play in the big Avengers family?
Well, I think he's trying to figure that out. I think in the first movie, you watch him being born and you see him learning at this sort of exponential rate, and he's omnipotent and powerful, but very naive. And in the second movie, he's beginning to take a sort of more fatherly position, I think, in the household. You know?
And I like the outfits and everything.
Sure, I think we were trying to find a fun way to realize that journey visually of him sort of trying to become more human, and so we put him in a cravat and a shirt, which is really funny that he's picked clothes from sort of the 1950s or something, I don't know.
I feel like he starts to care for people. Do you think that could be a first step to experiencing love? Could he fall in love one day?
I think he absolutely could fall in love one day. He does in the comic books, and I think you see at the end of this movie him feeling things for the first time, and of course the first thing he does is make a mistake. And I think it's the first mistake that Vision has made.
There is this legendary fighting scenes where the friends are fighting each other. How did it feel to be part of that scene and to see all the other superheroes in their costume? Did it feel kind of surreal for you?
Yeah, we all stepped out of our trailers and got to set to shoot. You're talking about the airport scene, right?
Exactly.
And which is epic. And we all stood out there, and I looked around, and everybody looked, amazing in their beautifully made suits and costumes and what have you. And then you saw everybody at the same time sort of realize it was about 100 degrees. And we were in Atlanta, and after about 5 minutes of being in those suits in 100 degrees, everybody started sweating and looking a lot less like movie stars and a lot less like superheroes. It was very funny.
But it probably did not take the magic away, right, of this moment?
No, it was yeah, it's an incredible moment. See all of those guys come together, because usually you're working with them individually, and it was fun, and we had fun.
I'm sorry, Tony.
If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
In the movie, Vision is all the way Team Iron Man. How about Paul Bettany? How would you decide?
Team Iron Man.
Yeah? Why is that?
Because I think that they represent with all of their capabilities. They represent a superpower, and the superpowers need to be policed. They need to be governed, and there needs to be a watchdog.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It does make sense.
What is the first thought Vision has when he gets up in the morning?
Wow. I think that Vision makes coffee for everybody. It's the first thing he does.
So
I
he
do,
cares
and I think
about
he's
others.
the person that's been putting the coffee grounds down the sink.
Thank you so much for the interview.